What's going on, guys? Today I'm just going to go over the abilities and the skill trees of each subclass that we can see in the beta for Destiny 2, just so you can get a see and a feel of what kind of abilities that we're going to have in the full game upon release. So let's get into it. First up, I'm going to have a look at the Arc Strider on the Hunter. Firstly, we're going to go through the grenades. So we've got the usual arc bolt grenade, which chains lightning between nearby enemies. I think this hits up to about 2 or 3 enemies if they're in close range. I have heard some information that Bungie are going to be changing how grenades are treated in PvE. So hopefully we're going to see a bit more damage come through from the grenades. Next up is the flux grenade, which is just a normal kind of grenade, but it's like a sticky one, so it'll attach to enemies and deal more damage if you do stick it to an enemy. Next one is the skip grenade, which is basically like a scatter grenade. You throw it and upon impact splits into multiple projectiles that seek out the enemies. So that's quite a good one, but I do prefer the arc bolt grenade. Next up, we've got the dodges. Now these seem to be the same on both subclasses at the moment in the beta. Don't know whether we'll get any variation on these in the full release, but at the moment we've got marksman dodge, which basically reloads your weapon upon using the dodge. Second is the gambler's dodge, which this one recharges your melee ability. So you can do a dodge, punch straight away, and then off you go. There is another perk which, using your punch, regenerates your dodge ability as well, so that works quite nicely, but we'll see that shortly. Next up are the jumps. This is just your normal double jump, but with a higher reach to it, the high jump. The next one is strafe jump. It just gives you a bit more control for moving whilst you're in the air. And the one that most of us will probably end up using is the triple jump, which allows you to have obviously 3 jumps. Up here we've got Way of the Warrior perks. So this is one that I was talking about. Melee kills recharge your dodge ability. So you can dodge, punch and kill an enemy, and then dodge, recharge your punch, kill an enemy, and so on and so forth. Next up is the combination blow. Kill an enemy with this melee ability to trigger health regeneration and increase your melee damage temporarily. So it's quite good if you're in close quarters and, say, Crucible, you take someone down with a punch and somebody else is stood quite close to you, you can go in for another punch whilst generating or regenerating health, and you've got a bit more damage on your second punch then. Up here we've got Deadly Reach. Dodging increases your melee range, allowing you to lunge further to strike an enemy. So that works quite well in conjunction with combat flow. And lethal current. After dodging, each arc staff hit creates a damaging lightning aftershock. So that's pretty good when you've got your ultimate activated and you're doing some dodging around, trying to get closer to enemies, and then you use your arc staff, and it does quite a bit of damage off the back of that. Down here we've got Way of the Wind abilities. So these are all the abilities which are currently locked in the beta. You can't get upgrade points for these skill traits down here, but obviously these will be available upon release. But we do get to see the traits that are involved here. So this one's Disorienting Blow. Strike an enemy with this melee ability to disorientate the target and nearby enemies. This one is focused breathing, which basically increases your sprint speed, but sprinting recharges your dodge ability and increases maximum sprint speed. So that could be quite a good one for moving around the map fast. Combat meditation. Whilst critically wounded, melee and grenades recharge dramatically faster. Depending on how quickly they recharge will depend on whether that's going to be any use, but we'll see. Lightning reflexes. You are harder to kill while dodging, so this is quite a good one if you're low health and you're dodging around. Don't know whether you're going to be able to mix and match Way of the Warrior and Way of the Wind abilities. I guess we'll see that in the release. So next up, we'll have a look at the Gunslinger subclass. So up here on the grenades, we've got the usual trip mine grenade. Always tend to use this one because for me it seems to do the most damage out of them. Swarm grenade, that's your seeker grenade. So you throw that and it splits up into loads of little drones, as it describes on here, that seeks out nearby enemies. And the can't even bloody say that, incendiary grenade. This basically is a fire grenade which sets your enemies on fire. So down here we've got the two same dodges: marksman dodge and gambler's dodge. Reload your weapon, recharge your melee ability. Same jumps as well: high jump, strafe jump and triple jump. Way of the Outlaw is the one that we get to use in the beta. So we've got Chains of Woe, which we all know that for the hunter, precision kills increase weapon reload speed for you and nearby allies this time. So it's more of a group ability as well. Now we do start to see that some of the traits from each subclass will affect nearby allies. Up here we've got Deadshot, which is for your ultimate, so significantly improves your ability to hit with Golden Gun. Explosive Knife is for your melee ability. Throw a knife from a distance that explodes shortly after impact with this melee ability. And Six Shooter is basically the modification to your Golden Gun ultimate, which allows you to get 6 shots off, but the duration is dramatically reduced. But it's good for, say, if you're pumping away at a boss or something and you want to focus fire 6 times. It is pretty useful. So down here is Way of the Sharpshooter traits. This one's Knife Juggler. Throw a knife from a distance. Precision knife kills with this melee ability immediately recharge it. So it's like the one that we used to have in Destiny 1. Getting precision kills basically recharges your knife ability, so that's pretty sweet. Practice makes perfect. This is another super ability, so entering a trance with each precision hit, reducing the cooldown of your super. So that is going to be really useful, especially for those of us who like to use hand cannons and get them precision hits down. I don't know whether it's actually going to be more useful with, say, an auto rifle, because you can hit multiple precision hits on that, so I don't know whether the damage will reflect on how much of a cooldown reduction that you get. Next up is Crowd Pleaser. Enables precision damage with Golden Gun. Precision hits with a Golden Gun generate orbs of light. So that's going to be really useful for if you're trying to focus down on, say, a boss. You can pop your ultimate, fire off your shots, and still produce some orbs of light for your teammates. And then quickly regenerate your super using precision hits, so that could be quite good. Line 'em up is the next one. Precision hits with Golden Gun increases its damage and extends its duration. So I can't see that being all that useful, because as far as I'm aware you only get 3 shots without the 6 shooter perk on, and again I don't know whether we can mix and match with these down here and the ones up there, so we'll see upon release. But yeah, some pretty nice perks on the 2 hunter subclasses. Next up, we're going to have a look at the Warlock and the subclass abilities and the skill trees for the Warlock. So let's go straight in and have a look at Dawnblade. So we've got the fusion grenade, which deals bonus damage when it's attached to a target. We all know that one from the first one on the Gunslinger subclass. Same again, Firebolt unleashes a bolt of solar light at nearby enemies, so that's very similar to the Chain Lightning grenade from the Arc subclasses. And Solar Grenade, that's your big Sun Grenade, which again we all know from the Gunslinger subclass in Destiny 1. Now we've got these different rifts on the Warlock. So we've got Healing Rift. Press and hold circle to conjure a well of light that continuously heals those inside it. So this is quite a nice healing buff that we've got this time around in Destiny 2. Down here is Empowering Rift. So this one's basically the same, but increases weapon damage for those stood inside it. Down here we've got the jumps, so we've got Strafe Glide, so strong directional control whilst you're in the air, and then we've got Burst Glide, which is a strong initial boost of speed, and then you've got the Balance Glide, which I tend to use. You've got a nice balance of both speed and directional control. Up here we've got Attunement of Sky, so we've got Winged Sun. Engage your enemies mid-flight, fire weapons and throw grenades whilst gliding. So it basically allows you to attack whilst you're floating through the air without cancelling your jump. Swift Strike. Strike an enemy with this melee ability to burn your target and temporarily increase your movement and reload speed. So it is quite a nice little perk there. You don't have to kill an enemy for this perk to kick in. Next one is Heat Rises. Airborne kills recharge your grenade and melee energy. Casting Daybreak instantly refills all of your ability energy. So Daybreak is your super, and then Icarus Dash. That's double press circle whilst mid-air to perform a dodge, basically, whilst you're floating through the air. So not too bad. But down here we've got Attunement of Flame. So Igniting Touch. Strike an enemy with this melee ability to burn them and cause them to explode when killed. Fated for the Flame. Daybreak projectiles seek targets as they travel, and upon impact launch a streak of deadly flames. Everlasting Fire, that's basically just extends the duration of your super as you get kills with it. And the last one is Phoenix Dive, which we've seen some people use in some of the videos. Hold circle while mid-air to quickly descend and restore your health. While Daybreak is active, Descend causes explosive damage. So I think Attunement of Flame is probably the one I'd use if I was to run a Warlock. There is some nice perks up here, but yeah, definitely Attunement of Flame. Let's go into the Void Walker subclass. So, Scatter Grenade. To be fair, Void Walker's not changed all that much from Destiny 1. But we've got the Scatter Grenade. A grenade that splits into many sub-munitions and covers a large area with multiple explosions. We've got the Axion Bolt, which is probably most people's favourite, to be fair. It's my favourite. A bolt of void light that forks into smaller bolts on impact that seek out enemies. And then your Vortex Grenade, which creates the vortex and continually damages enemies trapped inside. Again, we've got Healing Rift and Empowering Rift. And then we've got Strafe Glide and then Blink this time. So this allows you to teleport, which we've not seen on any other subclasses at the moment. Used to be able to have it on Blade Dancer on the Hunter, but that seems to have been removed on Arcstrider's subclass now. So as far as I can see, it's just Void Walker that has the Blink jump ability. And then we've just got the Burst Glide here, which is the strong initial boost of speed. So up here in the attunement of Chaos, we've got Chaos Accelerant. Hold L2 to draw power from your super to overcharge your grenade, making it deadlier and more effective. That's a really nice perk, shall we say. Then we've got Entropic Pull. Strike an enemy with this melee ability to drain your enemy's life force and use it to recharge your grenade. We've then got Bloom. Void ability kills cause enemies to explode. And finally, Cataclysm. Nova Bomb travels slowly and seeks enemies. Destination shatter into smaller seeking projectiles. Fire your weapon at the Nova Bomb to detonate it early. So this is the big slow Nova Bomb that we've seen, which then explodes into loads of smaller Axion bolts. I think they look like, to be fair. Down here we've got Attunement of Hunger. Kill an enemy with this melee ability to fully regenerate your health. For a short time afterwards, kills restore additional health. So that's quite a nice one. Devour. Down here we've got Feed the Void. So hold L2 to consume your grenade energy to regenerate your health. Grants the Devour effect as well. So that's quite a good one for sustainability. If you've not really got much use for your grenade at that point, you can consume your grenade energy to get some health back. Next up is Insatiable. While the Devour effect is active, killing enemies extends its duration and recharges your grenade. So these three so far all bounce off each other. And then Vortex Nova Bomb creates a singularity which continually damages enemies trapped inside. So that's what we saw on the old Void Walker subclass. That was one of the perks on there, where you basically launched it and it just stayed as basically a big vortex grenade, really. So that's the Warlock. So lastly but not least, we're going to have a look at the Titan. So let's go in and have a look at the new subclass for the Titan, which is Sentinel. We've got the Suppressor Grenade, which is basically like the flash grenade that we used to have on Destiny 1. Prevents enemies from using any of their abilities for a short time. Void Wall Grenade. Not really found that all that useful, to be fair, but it's basically a grenade which creates a horizontal wall of burning void light. And then the one that we all know and love is the Magnetic Grenade, a grenade that attaches to enemies and explodes twice. And then we've got the the barricade, which is the class skills. So we've got the towering barricade. Press and hold circle to create a large barrier that can be used to reinforce a position with cover from enemy fire. This one's pretty useful, but I do prefer the rally barricade. This creates basically a smaller barrier that allows you to peek over it while aiming down sight, and it instantly reloads your weapon equipped whilst you're taking cover behind it. So it basically allows you to pop over, shoot all your rounds off, let go of your ADS, and then it instantly reloads, allowing you to pop straight back up again. So the jumps, we've got high lift, which is obviously the height jump. We've got strafe lift, which is the directional one, and then the catapult lift, which is the strong initial burst of speed. So up here we've got Code of the Protector. We've got defensive strike. Kill an enemy with this melee ability to create an overshield around you and your nearby allies. Rallying force. Melee kills restore health for you and nearby allies. Turn the tide. Your overshield from defensive strike lasts longer and increases melee damage and reload speed. And Ward of Dawn. When your super energy is full, press and hold your L2 and R2 or L1 and R1 if you've still got it set to that, to create a shielding dome to protect you and your allies. Unfortunately, with this Ward of Dawn, we don't get the different abilities from the bubble passing through it. We purely just get protection whilst we're stood inside the dome. It doesn't carry as you exit the dome. Down here we've got Code of the Aggressor. So we've got Shield Bash. After sprinting for a short time, use this melee ability to unleash a devastating shield bash that disorientates enemies. Superior Arsenal. So grenade kills recharge your grenade energy. So that's pretty useful. In the Trenches. Kills while surrounded by enemies reduce the cooldown of your super. So that is quite useful, but it is pretty rare to be fully surrounded by your enemies, to be honest. So I can't see how useful that's going to be. And then second shield, basically you just gain an extra shield throw whilst you're using your super ability. To be fair, I've missed the supers on most of these, but I'm sure everybody knows. The Sentinel shield on this one basically summons a shield of void light, so you can use it to shield in front of you. You can use it to attack like the relics, or you can throw it like Captain America does. So yeah, pretty nice variant of the Defender subclass. It's a bit more of an active subclass, so yeah, it can be pretty useful in PvE for sure. And then let's have a look at the Striker subclass. So we've got the Lightning Grenade, sticks to any surface and emits a bolt of lightning. That's like the Pulse Grenade that we all know. Oh no, that's the Pulse Grenade. A grenade that periodically damages enemies inside its explosion radius. I'll have to have a look at that one actually, see what that one's all about. And then the Flashbang Grenade, that's the Disorient Grenade again. But that is the Flashbang which blinds and disorientates your enemies rather than suppressing their abilities. And then we've got the Towering Barricade and the Rally Barricade again. High Lift, Strafe Lift and Catapult Lift again, they're all exactly the same. So up here we've got Code of the Earthshaker. So Aftershocks, damaging an enemy with Seismic Strike recharges your grenade. Magnitude, gain an additional grenade charge, increases the duration of grenades effects. Seismic Strike. While sprinting, activate this melee ability to slam shoulder first into your target and release an arc explosion on impact. So we've got the shoulder charge again. And then Terminal Velocity. Fist of Havoc's ground slam attack leaves a damage dealing field in its wake and deals more damage the longer it's in the air. I don't know whether that's so if you jump from a great height and you slam on the ground, it deals more damage on the pulses that it gives out after. Down here we've got Code of the Juggernaut. So we've got Frontal Assault. Strike an enemy with this melee ability to reload your weapon and increase stability. Then got Reversal. Melee kills immediately trigger health regeneration. Knockout. Critically wounding an enemy or breaking their shield increases your melee range and damage. And then finally we've got Trample, which killing enemies with Fist of Havoc extends its duration. So that'd be really good if we come across like a raid, say Kurota's End, where you've got all them thrall chasing you. This would be awesome in there because you could slam and slam and slam and just mop them all up pretty quickly. But that's all the Fist of Havoc's on the Striker. It's not just a one cast ability this time. You can slam and then do some shoulder charging with it. It is more of an active super rather than a one-time super this time round. So that's quite a nice and welcome change. Not too sure how welcome it'll be in the Crucible, but no doubt people do some complaining about that upon release. So there we have it, guys. If you enjoyed the video or would like to see any particular content from the Destiny 2 beta, please comment below. If you liked the video, I would really appreciate it if you would hit that like button and subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. See you all in the next one.